Hello, hello, Fitz Koehler. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am. How are you, Yola?
I'm great. I'm great. Thank you so much for being here with me today. And welcome to Entrepreneur Talks podcast run by Women Fitz.
I'm thrilled to be here.
I'm so excited to have you here as well. Thank you for accepting my invitation and for being here.
Of course.
So tell me, before I go straight to the questions, where are you based on, or where are you right now?
I am in sunny Florida in the U.S., and it's where I was born and raised. So I've traveled the world extensively, and I've been fortunate to travel around my country plentiful too. But born and raised in Florida, and I think this is probably where I'll end my life one day as well. It's an amazing place to be. I like the sunshine.
Oh, beautiful. That's beautiful. It's so good to be able to born and raised in one place and stay on that place.
Well, it suits me well because I'm like a lizard or a reptile. I need a hot rock. I need heat and warmth. And so it's just home to me. I like to sweat. I like being hot. But again, I love to travel. I love exploring the rest of the world. And I even love bundling up in ski pants and warm jackets to go adventure someplace else. So, home is home, but I'm not so dedicated to it that I won't go anywhere else.
Because you're saying that you're born and raised and you still at the same place. Because I'm like you in terms of heat. I love summer. I love heat. I love sweat. But I don't have the opportunity. I'm in London, but
not the same. I've lived in London before, and it's funny because as people would greet me and they'd find out I was American and from Florida, they would say, "Oh, we've had 2 sunny days this year," and the poor thing for bragging about it. And I thought, oh, bless your heart, only 2 sunny days. But to each their own, right? I just love being warm. I'm a small person.
I love it. The way you explain about your warm.
Oh.
But I do love, and today in London right now is really cold. It's actually 2 days, yeah. But there we go. It's more than 2 days Fitz in London with sunshine.
Good. I'm happy to hear it.
I can tell you, because people sometimes make a big thing about the weather in London, but on the end of the day, actually, they see the latest years is not anymore just London that don't have sunshine. It's all Europe. It's going up and down. Everything is changed. Climate change. So everywhere is different.
Right. Yeah. As the history goes, we've had ice ages, and the weather just changes. And fortunately for us, with a lifespan that approximately would be 100 years for most, we will only see minor changes, right? So our wardrobe will last a long time.
That's really good. Okay, let's go for our questions about yourself and your business and what you do. So, in 3 words, tell me, Fitz, who are you?
Bossy, noisy, and compelling.
Love it. Wow, straightforward. I love it. Sometimes I do this question and people say that, so you got it.
I know who I am. Yeah, I know exactly who I am.
Good. That's really, really bossy. What else?
Noisy and compelling.
Oh, so you like music?
No. Well, I do love music. I'm not good at making music, but I make a living on a microphone. So as a fitness expert, I stand on stages, a lot of corporate presentations. I do a lot of work on the television and radio. And then as a professional race announcer, I host some of the largest running events in the United States. And so I'm noisy. I'm always on a microphone, and I make a lot of noise, but it's almost always happy noise.
Yeah.
So I get away with it.
Oh, wow. You're always talking.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So you did have cancer, right?
Correct.
Okay. That was one of, do you want to talk about that?
Yeah. And so healthy, I'm poster child for fitness, right? I've spent 30 years of my career teaching fitness and helping other people live better and longer by making fitness understandable, attainable, and fun. but I've also adopted a lifestyle, and I'm not perfect by any means, but I'm the girl who gets up and exercises almost every day of the week. I'm a vegetarian. I eat tons of produce, and I'm just healthy. I have a beer once in a while, and I have a little bit of chocolate every day, but for the most part, I do mostly the right things. And so it was definitely a surprise. In December of 2018, I had a clean mammogram, and then less than 7 weeks later at a hotel bathroom at a race, I scratched my under boob. I was standing in the bathroom naked, and I had an itch, and I rubbed, and I thought, oh my God, there it is. And it was a lump. Felt like a bean. Mm-hmm. And I knew right away it was breast cancer. And one of the most important things I've ever done is I instantly picked up the phone and I called my doctor and said, hey, I found a lump. Because a lot of women ignore lumps. They feel like if I ignore it, it will go away, or they'll, call their mom and cry or whatever. I didn't. I picked up the phone right away, and I'm grateful I did, because I had a very, very aggressive, very fast-moving type of breast cancer that was definitely trying to take me out and take me down. So, I went in to the doctor, the mammogram, the ultrasound, the biopsy. Within 3 weeks of finding the lump, I started chemotherapy. And I had 15 months of chemo, which is 21 different rounds, and then I had 33 rounds of radiation. I had a couple surgeries, but one of the things you like to talk about, entrepreneurship and business. And when I started off my career, I chose something I was passionate about, something I love desperately. I love working so much that I think it's offensive to call what I do work. It makes me so happy. And yes, I make money.
Yeah.
But it fills me up. If I were, independently wealthy, I would do what I do for free. I love it that much. And so at my diagnosis, even though I knew I was going to lose all my hair, my hair used to be down to my waist. I had the long golden locks, and I knew I was going to be bald. And I knew I would probably be sick. I didn't know how sick I would end up being, but what I decided before chemo, before any of my treatments started, was that I was not going to sacrifice time with my kids, nor was I sacrificing time doing the work that I loved. And so I'm a high-profile fitness professional and race announcer, and so I get on a plane almost every Friday of the year and fly somewhere across the country to host massive events. I mean, sometimes I've got audiences of 50,000 people. And I just decided I didn't care what cancer was going to do. I wasn't missing out on the work that I loved and those opportunities that I earned. And so I wrote the book. It's called My Noisy Cancer Comeback, Running at the Mouth While Running for My Life. But, the book very much details the adventure of what it's like going through very mean, toxic chemotherapy while traveling around the world, trying to fool everybody, make everybody believe I'm still healthy. And, the magic of my career is that even though I was violently ill, I used to spend my nights on the hotel bathroom floor, sick. When my alarm would go off in the morning, I would get up, and the second I would get on my stages, and in front of these athletes, it was like someone hit my on switch, and I went from being sick and suffering to energetic and joyful. And I got to be this, wow. It was magical. I got to be this very, different
and powerful and vibrating person.
That's right. Yeah, I actually got to be full force Fitz Koehler. I mean, me on a good day is boom, there's so much energy that emanates from me. But, during sick times, there were days where I couldn't even get myself a drink. If my husband didn't get me a drink, I wouldn't have had a drink. I was so sick. But, that's the beauty of choosing a career, building a business that you adore, because you can do anything if you're excited about it, no matter how tough things get. So the book talks about that, and then the book also really goes into the details. So, in North America, 1 in 8 women are diagnosed with breast cancer, and then regular other types of cancers, it's thousands per day across the world. But there's all of these universal topics.
Yeah.
There are all sorts of weird stuff happens to all cancer patients, and what I found is nobody is talking about it. If you look at any book on Amazon or around the world, most of them are kind of dark and scary, but nobody's telling the truth. So I had all this weird stuff happen. I had my eyes changed colors. My eyes changed colors.
Really?
Nobody told me that might happen. You know, there was all of these weird, kooky, strange, 100 different side effects that nobody talks about. So I filled up the pages of this book with gory details, juicy details, and I think I told it in a very funny way. So yeah, so that's my cancer tale, but spoiler alert, I survived. I lived, and I'm gonna live for a very long time.
Man, I love it. And you just said about the chemo and the radio. Did you, by the time that happened to you, did you have any other options about, like, in the way, the naturalistic way, or not?
You know what? I understand that why other people choose to do stuff like that, but science is really good. And my particular type of breast cancer, even though it was very aggressive, it wasn't confusing to my doctors. They have a pretty solid formula. Mine was called triple positive. I was actually double positive cancer, estrogen positive and HER2 positive. And so they have a tried and true formula that works. So I didn't have to reach out to alternative sources to be cured. There was a cure laid out for me, and my doctors were very confident. They said, Fitz, if you take these steps, we're 98% chance we're going to cure you. And I felt really good about that. So, but I did use massage therapy and acupuncture. You know, I did
natural stuff, but not just enough.
Yeah, to help me through, because, you know, chemo makes you very sick, and there really isn't any modern medicine that makes you unsick, you know, so acupuncture helped a little bit. I actually tried some THC drops. They didn't help me, but I tried them, you know, I was willing to give it a go.
I know what you mean. Wow. And I love the fact that you went to stage with after sickness, you knew that just magical, and that helped you a lot, right?
I think it did. You know, so many cancer patients are just they stay home, and that makes sense, right? I could have called in sick for an entire year and a half, and nobody would have blamed me. And if there's anyone out there who has cancer and they're listening and they're thinking, oh God, screw her because I have to stay home, I get it. I mean, I was crazy sick, but I just wanted it so badly. And you know, the magic of what I do is I was able to be fueled by the other people surrounding me. But you know what? We don't get extra points for being extra sad. We don't get extra points for being, you know, hidden away. You know, my advice for anyone going through anything tough is, you know, use perspective. You know, it could always be worse. I had a really close girlfriend of mine a few weeks ago drop dead from an aneurysm. Literally, she woke up in the morning, went to work, and she had an aneurysm in her brain, a blood clot burst, and then boom, she died. So, you know, I kept in mind things like I wasn't a child with cancer. It wasn't my child with cancer. And so I decided to have a good attitude because I wasn't a baby going through chemo. And then, you know, keeping my passions involved in my life was really beneficial to me. You know, if you love your job, keep trying to do your job. If you love animals, go be with animals. If you're trapped in the hospital and you can't be with animals, look at your phone and look at funny animal videos. They're everywhere. So I think it's important to kind of always keep your life filled with the things that you enjoy. And then last but not least, choose to be positive whenever you can. And so I definitely, you know, I think since my diagnosis to my final day of chemo, I probably cried every single day. And I would do it usually alone in my car, or I would do it alone in my bathroom. And sometimes I would do it in front of my family, but you know, it was very, very stressful. However, when I had the opportunity to smile, when I had the opportunity to laugh, I took it. I never wanted to just be pathetic and sad all the time. I wanted to be happy even during a really dark time. And so I hope others, you know, take those opportunities too, because it's a tough time.
It is. Thank you so much for your words, for your encouragement, because this is beautiful, and it's the way, and I'm so glad like connects with me straight away, because it's the way I see if someday happens something to myself, as something very strong, very bad. And to the
Right.
point, I need to get focused. I always think like that. Focus myself or engage with my passion. Everything, I sometimes I say to my daughter, if something happens to me and I need to be in a bed in hospital, you need to bring my music.
Yes.
One of the healings for me is music. I'm not a singer, but I love music.
Yeah.
I also done so many things, but one of the things is dance. And bring me, even if I can't see, put some videos of dancing people, movies, everything that is connected with my passion, like needs to be there, needs to be part of my routine. Because I think that's the healing, when the healing starts.
I completely agree. And, it's, we could use this year, COVID has made people around the world suffer in a variety of ways. Even if you don't have COVID, you're stuck at home, your career's been destroyed, your kids aren't in school, there's a lot of hardships. So, during tough times, I think your passions will always brighten them up. However, you don't have to wait for tough times. Even if it's just a regular day, you should wake up and turn on the music that you love, and you should dance in the shower. And I'm a joy addict. I want to be happy. I want to find things that feel good. And when my kids are cranky or someone irritates me, I go outside. I go outside with my dog because I know that provides me with great peace. So I just want people to control the things that they can. There's a lot of things going in the world we can't control, but we can control ourselves. When it comes to fitness, you control what goes in your mouth. I don't know anybody on earth other than teeny tiny babies who have people putting food in your mouth. So if you're someone who's overweight, okay, well, you got to take responsibility that you did that to yourself. But you moving forward, you can put in healthy food. You can not put in food when you're not hungry. You are responsible for moving your body, going to sleep on time. There's all these things we can control: our environment, our career, our attitude. So I just want better for people, and taking control over the things that you can will go a long way for that.
Yeah. So, and thank you, Fitz, again. And do you help people to lose weight?
I do. So I help people to lose weight in a way that they can take it off and keep it off forever. And so I have a master's degree in exercise and sports sciences. And in the States, that's one of the highest certificate or diplomas you can have in the field. But yeah, people should not be on diets. They should not be buying pills or powders or supplements. All of that stuff is snake oil. So if people go to the cover of my website, it's called Fitzness.com. That's Fitzness.com. There's an article. It's called The Exact Formula for Weight Loss. And it's all math, all science, very simple and easy to understand. But I teach you how to eat the right amounts of the right foods for the size you specifically want to be. And it costs you no money. I don't want any of your money. I want you to just be healthier. So I've helped hundreds of thousands of people get to their goal weight and get fitter and stronger. I'm very proud of that.
And with that formula that you just mentioned right now,
yeah,
I'm sure you know this, but I'm going to do this question.
Yeah.
And I'm sure I know exactly you want to say yes. But with this formula that you just said that is available, people needs to be also the mindset. What about the mindset of the person? Needs to be changed, transformed? Is this help is supporting that part?
Well, so when it comes to weight loss, I find two things. People will never lose weight until they're personally committed to it. If someone's been out of shape for a while, their nagging husband or nagging wife or friend will never change them. They have to get to a point where they say, I can no longer live in this body as is. I need to do better for me. I'm sick of it. They hit that boiling point where they're ready to make change. And the other thing, sorry, just my brain shut down. I have chemo brain, so on occasion I get a pause.
It's just, I'm asking if this is related, like this formula brings the mindset.
Yeah, oh, here it is. Thank you. The other thing is you have to know that you're responsible for your failures. And when you take ownership of your own failures, then you can take ownership of your own success. So, it's one thing to be like, oh, I gained weight because of my kids or because of his menopause or because of whatever. you have to say, you know what, I blew it. I didn't exercise. I didn't watch what I put in my mouth. I made some bad decisions. And so now I'm 20 pounds, 100 pounds, whatever overweight, or stones. I guess you're talking stones. But yeah, when it comes to weight loss, we have so much control. A lot of times people say, oh, it's just my family. I'm genetically large. It's almost 0% of the population that is genetically obese. It's bad habits that have been passed down from generation to generation, and or bad choices. Sometimes we learn some new bad habits. And so with the exact formula, we work in pounds. You're gonna have to know your weight in pounds, but basically each human burns about 10 calories per pound of body weight per day. So if you weigh 200 pounds and you're not gaining weight or losing weight, we know you're consuming about 2,000 calories, because 2,000 calories is what it takes to subsist a 200-person body. So if you'd like to be 150 pounds, you just multiply that number by 10. You put a 0 on the end. 1,500 calories is exactly how many calories you should consume to drop down to that weight. So the article is a lot more specific, a lot more descriptive. It's a very simple, stupid concept, but I elaborate well in the article, and it's a lot easier to understand when you're looking at the numbers. But yeah, you eat the right amount of the right food for the size you want to be. And if you're going to consume 1,700 calories each day, if that's your caloric budget, you just stop eating when you hit 1,700 calories. And if you do that, you'll get to the weight you want to be, and then you won't gain it back.
And then the exercise as well. Do you teach exercise?
I do. I don't teach anything at a gym, and I don't do personal training. Everything I do is on a large scale, so mass audiences. So I do teach exercise, and I do have some resources. So if you went to my YouTube page, which is Fitzness, there's 50 to 100 little mini videos where you could work out with me. It's just small sections. Here's a great abdominal. I have 20 great abdominal workouts, and again, they're all free resources. And the way I've built my business is that corporations pay my salary. So Disney or Oakley or I'm trying to think of international brands people recognize, or Apple might hire me, and they pay me to come speak to either their staff or to their consumers. Mm-hmm. And then I don't have to charge the individual, because you know what? I don't want to take money from someone who really just wants to live better and live longer. The information I'm sharing, I didn't make up the exact formula for weight loss. I just absorbed the science and I put it into a very simple, stupid formula that people understand. So it's my delivery method, but I want to give those things away. Do I want people to buy my book? For certain. But really, I'd rather corporations pay my bills, and then I get to take care of the individual because I care.
Fantastic. That's so wonderful. I'm so grateful for being able to speak with you and listen to your story and your journey, because this is amazing.
Oh, Yola, you're so sweet.
It's true. And I'm like, wow, I want to be like you. Be able to get to a point, because I love the fact that the way you're saying, and is I'm not on that stage where I can just help people. I remember straight away at the beginning when you said that, I wish I could do my business for free and just for the sake of helping people. Yeah. That's my wish as well, and I hope we can make it.
Yeah, I have full faith you will, Yola, and it's just gotta keep working towards it, pushing the envelope. And what I found is, because I was helping people on an individual level, eventually corporations started trusting me with their larger audiences. So, if you work with individuals now, good, that gives you experience, that gives you a greater understanding of how people work and how to help them. And then you can take those experiences and bring them to a larger stage.
That's amazing. Thank you. So when did you release your book?
So the book came out in October, and it's doing really well. I'm very excited about it. I have, with the running community, it's been very popular with runners, and people that have been to my races that I announce, and I take good care of my athletes. So that makes sense. But one of the things that's really special to me now is all around the world. I've had people reach out and say, oh my gosh, my mother was just diagnosed with breast cancer, or my brother was diagnosed with this, or my friend. And so people are coming to buy the book because they know it'll be helpful to their favorite cancer patient. And that's really special to me. That I feel very, very grateful for that. That's pretty cool, right?
Yeah, amazing. So tell me one more question I've got for you. What is, I know you've been teaching or exercises for more than 30 years, right? You've been in this field for a long time.
Yeah.
What is anything in your mind that you would like to create now? Like,
what would I like? You know what? I would like a TV show. I'm like a lot of other people. I would love that audience, that big, widespread. I'd love a talk show. I'd love an opportunity to boss people around from a mega stage and then bring in other inspirational, interesting people. So yeah, that's what I want. The other thing I want, you know what? I'd love to be race announcer for the London Marathon, for Germany, for Tokyo. I'd love even some smaller races. Yeah, I used to travel to Europe a lot. I used to work in Europe a bunch. And then I guess my work here just kind of got so busy that I took my focus off of that. And my kids are older now, so I'm not afraid or not concerned about getting on a plane and taking off. I know they're well cared for here. So yeah, I'd love to get back to Europe as soon as possible. Open up and let Americans back in.
Yeah, but no one wants us now anywhere. So
no, there are no races. It's a very weird time.
There is nothing happening. But I love the idea about the talk show and the TV. I think it would be amazing, super amazing. No, amazing, amazing. It's just like, wow, it would be amazing. But one advice from my side is keep dreaming about it, keep planning, find a name for your show, find everything that you like, vision this thing. And I'm sure it's gonna happen.
Yeah, we'll see. What's really nice is my career always evolves. I'm always stepping into something new that I really enjoy. I never thought I would be doing race announcing 10 years ago, but I started about 7 years ago, and at this point I have the best race schedule in the entire country, I think. So it's something I hadn't expected, and it suits me really well. And I definitely look forward to the next opportunity that gets me excited and gets me engaged. And I'm eager for more, always.
Yeah. And in terms of that race, you have to speak very fast, right?
Well, not necessarily. So basically what I do as a race announcer is most of my events are large. So I would say about 5,000 to 25,000 people. And so as they arrive to an event, I'm quite often on a tall tower stage, and I have music playing, and I welcome everybody. I say, hi, welcome to our event, blah, blah, blah. I'll plug the sponsors. I'll tell people things they need to know about the course. I joke with them. I think we're all friends. If they've come to this race, then we are friends. Maybe we're part of a team. Maybe we consider each other family. So I want everyone to feel loved and welcomed. And if they're nervous, I try to calm them down. And if they're excited to either try to win the race or just run really fast and beat their own personal record, I want them to be excited. And so I have this mass group of people that I'm in charge of. And, at start time, my job is to whip them into a frenzy. And then I yell, go, and they take off, they go the distance, and then I'm there waiting for them at a finish line. Again, being very noisy, we have loud music and my microphone, and I'm usually able, thanks to technology, to welcome each runner by name. So it feels pretty cool if you were finishing your race and someone said, here comes Yola!
Yeah.
And you would throw your hands up in the air and go, wow, that's me. So my job is to engage, inform, entertain, and it's really fun.
That's really good. I was thinking about another type of race, and I'm like, she needs to talk very fast. But
no. I'm talking to regular speed.
In that case, it's okay, good, because I was on another level. So my last question, Fitz, is how can people connect with you? and find more information about your work. I know you already mentioned about YouTube, website, but if
Yeah.
any other places that people can connect.
Yeah, so the most important thing to remember about me is Fitz is my name and my brand is Fitzzness. It's Fitzness. So if you go to Fitzness.com, you'll get my full-blown website and you can buy my book there. Autographed copies of my book are sold there. There's tons of free resources, recipes, training videos. My podcast, The Fitzness Show, is housed there. So Fitzness.com is my home base, but on social media, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, I am at Fitzness. And not only do I want you to follow me, but really I'd like you to engage. So I'd love for you to reach out, follow, and say, hey, I just listened to your podcast with Yola and I wanted to say hi or ask a question, whatever it is. So let's not just follow each other. Let's engage with each other. That would make me very happy.
Fantastic. Are you shipping your book to anywhere in the world, right?
Yes, ma'am. So it is available on Amazon and other retailers worldwide, and that's hardcover, paperback, audiobook, and ebook. So, you know, if it's more convenient for you to just order from your Amazon in the UK, do that. But I am shipping. So if you wanted an autographed copy, you get them at Fitzness.com. And I also have a little gift with purchase. It's a sticker. And while I was going through treatment, you know, as tough as I am in the business world, I was a little bit, I am a little bit of a medical wimp. And so as I would go towards scans or shots or surgeries, things that scared me, I was constantly reminding myself inside my head, I was saying, I can do hard things. And I never said it out loud, but I would just tell myself that. It became a little bit of a mantra. So that's the gift with purchase. It's a big, pretty sticker. And oh, here it is. You could put it on the back of your cell phone. It says, I can do hard things. And hopefully that will encourage you to get through your tough times or push forward and get to better times, right?
That's amazing. I would love to get a t-shirt as well.
I should do that. I'll work on shirts.
Thank you so much, Fitz, once again. And God bless you and keep doing what you're doing, embracing other people's lives, giving encouragement and change, and be the change. I love this phrase, be the change. And you can do hard things. We can do hard things.
That's right. Thanks, Yola, and to all your listeners.
You're welcome. You take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.